Welcome back, Stephen Carlton, First Vice President Jenny Montgomery Scott, making your second appearance on this Thursday night. Nice work earlier today, making that donation to Saratoga Mentoring.
Thank you, David. Thank you for covering it. It's
You're welcome.
Great organization, Saratoga Mentoring. The good work that they do is just, it was a blast to be a part of that organization.
Yeah, we're both members of Saratoga Springboard who are giving them a helping hand this year. So
Yes.
Nod to you for digging into your budget there and giving some cash.
Well, I actually signed you up for some too.
Oh, great.
I got to get the money from you later after the show.
Could you contact me Saturday morning after the lottery?
After the lottery,
after the
there we
lottery.
go. Charity
We'll
work.
find out what you'll do with $550 million in just a little bit.
Yes.
So be thinking about that. But let's get to some of our stories for today.
All right.
Noticing gas prices have been dropping.
Isn't that nice?
It's nice. Summer is coming. Gas prices are dropping. Obviously, it's not going to stay that way. But the good news in the medium is that consumer prices are being driven down by this.
Yeah, we've definitely seen gas prices drop, which is putting more money in consumers' pockets, no doubt about it. But we're now the time of year where it starts to reverse that trend. And I think we're going to see over the next couple of weeks, oil prices are going up. The crude price is up over $95 a barrel right now. So it won't be too long where we'll start to see gasoline start to creep back up again, unfortunately. So fill up your gas while you've got the time.
Well, and the good news is that it's helping folks stretch their paychecks just a little more. Goods are costing a little less, so make the most of it while you can.
Yeah, we can see it across all the numbers that it really does help consumers.
You know, we're jumping all over the place a little bit today, but that's all right. We've got plenty of stories to cover. We're heading to Malta now, Global Foundries expansion. As you all know, there's been talk that they want to double the size of that facility. Construction has already started on their new R&D facility, adding 1,000 jobs to the already 2,000 plus they have there. Global Foundries is proposing an expansion that could cost over $14 billion, create another 2,500 jobs. Town of Malta has set a date on voting to approve this thing if Global Foundries moves ahead with it.
Yeah, as you say, if. This is such great news for Malta, but we've got to go through the motions. We've got to make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. But this is just wonderful news. It's so exciting that this spring that the project's underway, things are moving forward. And the thousands of new jobs and all the subcontractors and all the support that goes into that. This is just wonderful period of time for this area, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it seems that this is the place for Global Foundries to expand. The state is on their side. They've got the most high-tech facility here. Everything's lined up. It's just, as you said, going through the motions.
Yeah, we've got the infrastructure. I mean, everything from the hotels that have been upgraded to the service, to the highways upgrades that are in works, to the education platform, the colleges and universities that have really put a lot of thought into how to attract this kind of business. So it's been a win-win.
As great as Global Foundries is, and huge companies like that who are more than welcome to come to our region, small businesses, the lifeblood of our economy, half of the economy, generated because of these small businesses. Mixed information coming out from the National Federation of Independent Businesses. They surveyed their members. Looks like business is good. April was a good month for them, but then their chief economist is like, wait a minute, not so fast.
There's good news and bad news in this. One of the things that a lot of small businesses, 70% of the economy is dependent on these small businesses, the amount of employers and everything else, is the payroll tax has gone up, the healthcare costs have gone up, and so although the economy is improving, some of these added expenses that employers, particularly the small employers, are really feeling that pinch. So we're seeing some of the improvement on the sales side, on the numbers getting better. But the council's really looking at this and saying, yeah, but we've still got this headwind that we're working through.
Yeah, the NFIB chief economist Bill Dunkelberg, he says that lack of leadership in Washington is the #1 threat to all their members.
Yeah, a lot of the chambers, a lot of businesses in this country have had a lot of frustration with taxes and the cost of doing business. So it's not going away yet.
Somebody else that's looking to do business, Turf Hotels. If you're downtown Saratoga, the Hampton Inn, Turf Hotel. Holiday Inns in Lake George and in Albany, run by Turf Hotels. They want to build, let's show the picture of this. They want to build this hotel on Route 9.
It's beautiful.
So if you know
it's
where
very classy looking.
If you're heading out of town, the Honda dealership, there's an old restaurant there called the Weather Vane right next door. They want to build that hotel there. We've been talking about the explosion of hotels. The thing that is stalling this thing is zoning. So the city of Saratoga Springs is going into a process where they're going to be looking at all their zoning, a real assessment of where they are. And the people are saying, let's wait until that's done before we allow the rezoning for this hotel. And the guy's saying, wait a minute, I want to get this place built and open.
Well, think about how the mayor talked about this quite a while ago now. Almost
In his State of the City.
That's right, and he was talking about focusing on the south side of the city. So I think there's a lot of motives here to get this up and going and not let it go another year. And the fact we've got somebody anxious to invest in this kind of a project, you know, I see the sooner we get this kind of thing going, the better.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Broadway, that corridor coming in, until you hit the Spa State Park, it's pretty dismal.
Yeah.
And then you get to the Spa State Park, it's nice for a little while, and then you get back into, you know, car shops. A lot of empty buildings. We really need to do something to bring that up to the standard of the rest of Broadway.
There's that room. I mean, you know, there's some places where there's no space to expand. Saratoga has this southern portion of the city that we could do wonderful things with. And I think the mayor and others have looked at that as the next opportunity.
Okay, let's move forward here because we got some job numbers out today. New York State adds over nearly 24,000 private sector jobs in April. This seems to be coming out every month, that we're adding more and more private sector jobs. The economy is doing really well.
Remember I was talking about how unemployment numbers need to fall below that 340 number, that 335 number? We're getting there. We're seeing the numbers improve, and the trend is starting to get better and better. And that's what we were really waiting for. We were looking to see the employment numbers strengthen, and like Cuomo was saying, we're seeing that evidence start to take hold.
All right, we're seeing the economy getting better. We also want to revisit a story we talked about last week, which is the casinos.
Yes.
Governor Cuomo said, if you don't want it to the Indian casinos on Indian lands, if you don't want a casino open next door to you, it's time to play ball and give us some of your revenue, which the state believes they deserve. This has been going on for years, where they've said, you know, these casinos on Indian lands have said, we don't need to give you the money, and the state's like, wait a minute, we want to share. First deal. This coming in today for Turning Stone Casino, the tribe that runs Turning Stone Casino, in a land deal. They'll get more land, which they say they're entitled to, in return for giving 25% of their slot machine takings, and in return the governor will give them exclusivity on a casino.
This is a great deal on a lot of levels. We resolved the land deal that's been contentious for years. And Cuomo's got a coup because now he's collecting tax revenue that he had not been able to do at this point. So it was a win-win for both sides, both saved face. And now the big question is, where are these casinos that Cuomo's talking about, where are they going to go?
Yeah, and one of the things that we believe they'll go will be one in Saratoga County, Saratoga Springs.
Our fingers are crossed. That would be absolutely huge for the area.
That would be like winning the lottery.
Yes, it would.
Real quick, what would you do if you won the lottery? $550 million.
I'd find a really good financial advisor and invest with the money in the market.
Well, at least you know one.
And then maybe take a vacation. I think I'm due for a vacation.
All right, remember me. Remember me, buddy. Stephen Carlton, First Vice President Janney Montgomery Scott. Thank you, sir. And as always, if you'd like to see our segment, head to the website looktvonline.com.